There are over 700 restaurants in Santorini. 700! Other Greek islands the size of Santorini will have 50 restaurants, not 700. So how the hell will you decide which one to eat at? Sure, you could go and check out the ratings on TripAdvisor, but wouldn't you rather know where the locals of Santorini are going out to eat? Well, those are the places I'm about to tell you. Alright, restaurant number 1. Fratzeskos. Now this is a fish tavern located by the Black Beach of Perissa. They have fresh fish which they catch themselves, and guys, their seafood is insane. This is without a doubt the softest octopus I've ever tried in my life. I've asked them how they do it, and they've actually told me, but they have asked me not to share their secret because the competition is maybe listening right now. The other nice thing about Fratzeskos is that they own some sunbeds and umbrellas just in front of the restaurant, which are free to use for the customers. So if before or after your meal you want to relax a bit on the beach, well, you're saving some money because anywhere else on the beach you would have been charged to use these sunbeds. And by the way, in case you didn't know, sunbeds are pretty much your only option if you want to chill on the beach, because this black sand gets super hot during the day, and if you lie down directly on your towel, your back is gonna get roasted. If you go to Fratzeskos by car, you'll park here, that's 5 minutes away on foot. If you come by bus, you will need to take the Perissa line from Fira and hop off at the last stop, which is in the center of Perissa village. Alright, second restaurant, Steki Tou Psara. It's located in Vlihada, right here, and it's just next to this very cute fishing port. This one is also a fish tavern like the previous one, and if you're a meat lover, don't worry, the 3 following restaurants will be for meat, so don't leave this video just yet. Now, as you can tell, this place doesn't really look like anything special from the outside, so this is typically a place that as a tourist you would see and you would go, meh. But what you probably didn't realize is that the majority of people sitting at the tables or actually speaking Greek, because this is a place where locals go. Now, there are many great fish taverns on the island, but what makes this one special is the prices. One large portion of seafood, like you see here in those metal plates, goes for around 12-15 euros. This could easily be 20-25 in other places. Oh, and one more thing, if you want to eat fish like a proper Greek, you'll want to order 2 things. Chorta, which are boiled greens, usually charred, and ouzo, the famous Greek licorice alcohol. And yeah, in case you didn't know, Greeks do not drink ouzo with any type of food. It's usually reserved for fish. So for instance, drinking ouzo with meat is a bit awkward for a Greek. If you go there by car, you will park here, very close. By bus, you will need to take the Perissa line, but only at specific hours when this bus line also passes through Vlihada, which only happens every 3 hours. So going to Vlihada by bus is not really an option in my opinion. Now something else, on Google you might find this place under the name Fisherman's House. However, be careful with that name because there's a hotel in Akrotiri with the same name which has nothing to do with the restaurant. So if you type Fisherman's House on Google Maps, make sure to also type Vlihada so that your GPS sends you to the right one. Alright, third place, Kritikos Tavern. That one is here, close to the airport, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Now, I had promised you meat, well, bam, there you go. Santorini's largest steaks. And this place is kind of similar to the previous one we saw, but for meat, in the sense that it doesn't really look great from the outside, yet that's where the Greeks go because the value for money is insane. This huge pork steak right here, that's 15 euros. And that's a 1 kilo steak, 2.2 pounds of meat. That's gotta be the best deal in Santorini by far. And let me tell you, these steaks are so tasty. They make it nice and juicy. And by the way, what do Greeks always order with grilled meat? Tzatziki. So if you want to eat it like a local, tzatziki is the way. They have their own parking area, so if you go there by car, it'll be super easy. If you go by bus, it's the Kamari line, and the bus stop you should ask to be dropped off at is the Wine Museum. Alright, before I move on to the next restaurant, I'm inviting you guys to give this video a big fat like if you find it useful. Also, I have a crowdfunding page which is linked down below in case you want to do a one-time donation. Alright, the fourth restaurant is called Kardia, or the Good Heart in English. Now this one is the definition itself of a family-owned restaurant. The father, Mr. Michalis, is the farmer. His wife, Mrs. Anna, is the cook, and their sons are doing the waitering. So it really can't be more family business than that. Now this place is located in Akrotiri on the southern part of the island, and it's close to the lighthouse of Akrotiri, a famous spot to watch the sunset from. My favorite dishes there are the pork bites in Vinsanto sauce, Vinsanto being Santorini's traditional sweet wine. Another preparation I love is the veal with this white eggplant puree. Then there's the moussakas, a classic. And you can also try their chloro. Chloro is the local cheese of Santorini. Feta cheese is not produced here. Chloro is the only real one. But something important to know is that the production of chloro is very small, so not many places have it. But Kardia, that place, they have it. Something else to know about this place is that they have this little shop just next to the tavern where you can buy many of their homegrown and homemade stuff. My personal favorite, the tomato paste, which you'll probably get to taste anyway, because as soon as you sit down, they will bring you some bread, and as an appetizer, also this tomato spread. You'll see, it's amazing. If you come by car, very easy. They have this very large parking area. The bus, on the other hand, is unfortunately not an option because the closest bus stop is like half an hour away. All right, the last restaurant I will mention in this video is called Metaxi Mas. And let me tell you right away, this is one of my very, very favorite restaurants. And I'm not the only one saying that. And the crazy thing is that their prices are normal. 15, 18 euros for a meal. Now, I have tried nearly every single item on their menu because I go there quite a lot, and I love everything. But if I had to pick my absolute favorites, it would be the kadaifi cheese roll, the roasted lamb shank with white eggplants, and the chickpea stew with smoked trout. If you go there by car, there's a large parking area over here, and it's only a 2-minute walk from there. And by the way, all these parking areas I've been mentioning since the start of this video, they're all free. Coming by bus to Metaxi Mas is a bit trickier. The closest bus stop is the one called Pirros Pharmacy. However, that's still a solid 20 minutes on foot, and there are no sidewalks there, so you'll have to walk on the street with the cars next to you. So I wouldn't really recommend going there by bus. A taxi, on the other hand, could be a good option. It's around 20 euros from Fira. I hadn't mentioned taxis so far, but basically, depending on where you are on the island, the price to go to any of the 5 restaurants in this video will be anywhere between 20 and 40 euros. Now, if you plan to go to one of these restaurants, don't forget to book a table, ideally 2-3 weeks prior. Past that, some might be fully booked already. Alright, as you saw in the title of this video, this was part 1. I'm working on part 2, and if it's ready already, I will link it right here. And over here, well, you might have realized that none of the 5 restaurants of this video had the famous caldera view of Santorini. Well, for that, you can click on this video. Alright, there you go. That's it for today. Hope you guys liked it. See you in the next one. Bye.